Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be going over the top 5 worst things to buy in GTA Online in 2023. And also, please do remember to subscribe, because I upload at least once every 2 to 3 days. So please, subscribe. Anyways, I've probably wasted enough of your time. Let's get into the video. So at the number 5 slot, we have some certain boats. Because for example, if you look at the Lampadati Toro, that's 1.7 million. Longfin, 1.5 to 2.1 million. The Tug, which is like a crappy boat, 1.25 million. And then here, look at like a speeder, a jetmax. It's like 300 grand, 400 grand for a Marquis. That's just so overpriced for what it is. It's just a boat. Like I would personally would just get a sun trap or a dinghy instead, or a tropic. Like it's literally, sure they're faster, but like when do you ever use a boat of your own in the game? So it's kind of unreasonable to buy a boat. I would say right around these kind of last 7 on here. It's not really worth it at all. Just in general, kind of avoid buying boats. Anyways, that's it for number 5. Let's move on to number 4. So moving on to number 4 is a document forgery office. And a few of you guys probably saw this coming, but oh my god. This thing is so bad. It is so bad. Absolute trash. Like, if you were to buy supplies for this business, you would not be making profit. You would actually lose money on it. That's how bad it is. And I'm not actually 100% sure about this, but if you bought all the equipment upgrades and all that stuff for it, I'm not sure if you'd be making some profits though. I think you might still be losing, maybe not, but it's still such a bad business. And if you were to be stealing supplies and all that stuff, it does take quite long for it to still generate the supplies and all that. You're just better off with buying some other MC business. But this is by far the worst MC business and one of the worst things to buy in GTA Online in 2023. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand my points. Do not buy a document forgery office. So moving on to number 3, we have the Avenger. So some of you guys are probably like, why? You can actually make like good money with this, or maybe not good money, but very little money. But look at the price tag on this thing, just base price, 3.45 million. If you instead wanted to buy an MOC, which this is basically an MOC, but it can just fly. An MOC costs way less money, way less money. But you pay an absolute crap ton more for it to just fly. Why? And it's just not worth it. Even just the money you can make with this thing is still just kind of like pennies. You're not making much at all with it. It's honestly something you should not buy. I honestly understand why some of you guys probably disagree with me, because yes, I actually really like this. This looks really cool. I don't have one yet, but I remember I did want to buy one, but I didn't buy it. Even when it was on sale, I wanted it. I still didn't buy it because I just still thought that it costed too much, and I already had an MOC. So if you guys want an Avenger just because of what it can do, like inside of it, just get an MOC instead. Don't get it just because it flies. Get an MOC instead. But yeah, the Avenger definitely isn't the worst vehicle in this list, but it still is kinda bad. Anyways, that's it for number 3. Let's move on to number 2. So at number 2, we have the Galaxy Super Yachts. So these things just cost an absolute insane amount of money. So if you want to get the cheapest yacht, yes, the cheapest one, it costs you 6 million. If you want to get one a little more expensive, it's going to cost you 7 million. If you want to get one more expensive, you guessed it, 8 million. Holy sh! 8 million for like a yacht. Yeah, okay. But if you're like a billionaire in the game, if you actually have like $1 billion in the game, then yeah, buy whatever you want. You have $1 billion. But say if you're like me, I have $17 million, this would be an absolute waste of money. And besides, what like missions do you unlock with the yacht? Well, you get a few missions that can get you what? Maybe 200 grand when you complete them all, probably not even. And you get piracy prevention, which isn't the worst. It still is not worth purchasing for $6 million or even $8 million. Ugh. I guess that you do get a few free things. You get like a few boats, you get like a helicopter and something. You do get a few other things with it, but for still $8 million, bro. Like, oh my god. But I guess they kind of did price a little higher because you can have quite a bit of customization done on it. So it is cool. Obviously, it's cool and all that, but it's still, it's not really worth it. Or, sorry, it's not really worth it. It's not worth it. So, yeah, do not buy a Galaxy Super Yacht unless you actually have $1 billion in the game. It still is basically a big waste of money. Anyways, that's it for number 2. Let's move on to number 1. So, before I go into number 1, 99% of you guys probably know what it is, and it is indeed the Luxor Deluxe and the Swift Deluxe. I didn't want to put these two in separate spots because it would kind of just waste like the things. I don't what huh? But yeah, the Luxor Deluxe. Do I even need to explain $10 million and $5.15 million for a helicopter? Sure, in real life, but this is GTA. Look, I have $17 million. $5 million. That's a big waste of money. I'll just go spend $1.5 million on a Sparrow instead, or $2 million on Sparrow, whatever. I already have a Sparrow. I don't need this. Nobody needs this. Who needs a $10 million golden jet? Like, just steal one from the airport. Like, what is that one? Yeah, there's a Luxor for 1.6 million that you can basically fly for free at the airport. Why would you buy this? Like, it's literally just a normal Luxor, but then reskinned in gold, and bam, that adds whatever, $9 million. Like, bro. So, what I did instead of buying this 10 million golden jet, I instead bought a B-11 Strike Force for around 3.8 or 3.9 million, and then I made it gold myself. So, yeah, so it feels like I have a Luxor Deluxe that's weaponized. So yeah, do not buy a Luxor Deluxe. Anyways, I hope you guys liked my top 5 list of worst purchases. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.